Welcome to Daily Dose. In this video we are going to talk about the top 10 first-time music hits from celebrities. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Getting a number 1 hit on Billboard magazine's Hot 100, the country's most popular pop singles chart, is a noteworthy accomplishment in and of itself. Since the chart's inception in the 1950s, only a few music artists have managed to do so at least 10 times. As you might assume, some of the biggest pop, rock, and rhythm and blues, R&B, stars of the late 20th and early 21st centuries, are among the first members of that exclusive club. Number 10. It's Now or Never, 1960. With the record Heartbreak Hotel, which reached number 1 in 1956, Elvis helped usher in the rock and roll era. He had established himself as a singular voice on the altering American musical landscape by the end of the decade. The king of rock and roll recorded It's Now or Never, a ballad based on the popular Italian tune, O Sole Mio, shortly after returning from his stint in the U.S. Army in 1960. It's Now or Never, which married Elvis' operatic vocals to a quick backbeat, appealed to both Bobby Sox's and adult easy listening fans, becoming one of his most enduring number 1 songs. Number 9. Yesterday, 1965. The Beatles, like Elvis Presley, scored their 10th number 1 with a mature-sounding tune that strayed from their signature sound. While early songs like I Want to Hold Your Hand and Love Me Do are lively rock tunes that capture the Fab Four's young exuberance, Yesterday is a wistful ballad played alone by Paul McCartney and a string quartet. Despite this, the song was a huge hit with fans, prompting a slew of cover versions, and the stripped-down arrangement hinted at the band's future daring. 20 of the Beatles' songs had hit number 1 in the United States, by the time they formally disbanded, a record that has remained for decades. Number 8. The Happening, 1967. The Motown Record Company, which specialized in a dynamic blend of pop and soul, was one of the key shapers of American popular music in the 1960s, alongside the Beatles. The Supremes, a modish female vocal quartet, were the most successful Motown act during that decade. The Supremes achieved number 1 with The Happening, a peppy song, recorded for a now-forgotten Anthony Quinn film of the same name. It was not only their final number 1 with the renowned songwriting production duo Holland Dozier Holland, but it was also the last build to The Supremes, as their succeeding songs, including 2 more number 1s, added lead singer Diana Ross to the billing. Number 7. That's What Friends Are For, 1985. Stevie Wonder's innovative and frequently uplifting R&B earned him a critical favorite, and a commercial force for 2 decades after he scored his first number 1 hit, Fingertips, PT2, 1963, as a bright 13-year-old. However, by the mid-1980s, Wonder's days as a reliable hitmaker were numbered. He eked out another number 1 with the uplifting That's What Friends Are For, a one-time collaboration with Dionne Warwick, Elton John, and Gladys Knight that collected money for AIDS research. Number 6. Man in the Mirror, 1988. Only 2 songs from Michael Jackson's enormously popular album Thriller, 1982, made the Billboard Top 10, Beat It and Billie Jean. Jackson, the world's most successful entertainer at the time, set out to outdo himself with Bad, 1987. While the album's sales were not as high as its predecessors, it did deliver a then unprecedented 5 number 1 singles. Man in the Mirror, a lively dedication to self-improvement, was one of them. Jackson, who died in 2009, had a total of 13 number 1 songs in his career. Number 5. This Used to Be My Playground, 1992. Madonna, a dance pop diva who was always mindful of the visual part of her popularity, created extravagant music videos and occasionally acted in feature films. She portrayed an outfielder on a 1940s women's baseball team, in the family-friendly A League of Their Own in the summer of 1992, just months after starring in the raunchy backstage documentary Madonna, Truth or Dare. The film, as well as Madonna's contribution to the music, the dreamily introspective, This Used to Be My Playground, became hits. With the album Erotica and the coffee table book Sex released that fall, she reverted to less wholesome fare, but it would be another 2 years before she topped the Hot 100 again. Number 4. I Will Always Love You, 1992. Madonna was hardly the only singer-actress who received the benefits of her versatility in 1992. Whitney Houston not only starred with Kevin Costner in the romantic comedy, The Bodyguard, but she also sung 6 songs on the film's Smash soundtrack, the most memorable of which was a passionate interpretation of Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You. In the winter of 1992-93, the emotional ballad went 14 weeks at number 1, breaking a record set only months before by the R&B vocal harmony duo Boyz II Men's End of the Road. Its role as Houston's hallmark song was cemented when it temporarily returned to the top 5 after her death in early 2012. Number 3, One Sweet Day, 1995. The elegiac slow ballad, One Sweet Day, a joint effort by Boyz II Men and melismatic pop singer Mariah Carey, managed a remarkable 16 weeks at number 1, breaking the record for longest weeks at the top. In part, the long Billboard chart runs of the 1990s were due to a new formula that factored in more precise sales data. Carey had always been influenced by R&B, but her album Daydream, 1995, which included One Sweet Day, pushed her even further in that direction. Later number 1 successes like Honey, 1997, and We Belong Together, 2005, demonstrated that it was a wise decision. Number 2, All For You, 2001. Beginning in the 1980s, Michael Jackson's younger sister carved out her own musical identity, and by the turn of the millennium, she had amassed a sizable collection of seductive R&B songs and solid dance hits. Built on a lightly insistent disco groove, All For You seamlessly blends the two genres. Despite reaching number 1 with the song, Jackson struggled to match her popularity in later years, which some blamed on the negative publicity generated by her wardrobe malfunction at the 2004 Super Bowl halftime show. Number 1, S&M, 2011. The pop charts have traditionally favored young since the commencement of the rock period. Only one of the solo performers and group members on this list was older than 23 when their first number 1 hit was released. Madonna was 26 years old at the time. Rihanna, on the other hand, was only 23 when she scored her 10th number 1, becoming the youngest artist in history to do so. Despite beginning her career as a purveyor of Caribbean-flavored pop and light R&B, the Barbados-born vocalist swiftly transitioned to styles that helped her capture the worldwide pop arena. S&M had a winning formula in 2011 with its hard-edged dance sound and sexually explicit lyrics. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.